Yeah, we gotta wing an intro and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
You know, I used to be like terrified of singing that song, of listening to it, like in my car or anything.
Why?
Because I always thought people would think there was something wrong with me, or I thought I was.
You needed a hero?
No, like
You
I was.
were holding out till the end of the night.
Yeah, and then I got confidence, and I was like,
Did you?
I did,
Oh.
I did. Yeah,
Where did you put it?
that's fair. I mean, I had it. That's what I mean. Like I had the confidence, but then it disappeared.
Oh, I'm just arrogant.
You are.
I'm an arrogant
Just
son.
the world just revolves around my head.
No, it
Is
revolves
that why
around
you
my whole
shaved
body.
your head?
Mm-hmm.
So that it wouldn't get like
The
caught
world
in
in
the
it?
hair.
Yeah, satellites were getting too vicious.
Oh, it kind of I just got this weird image of you just like sitting in bed one time, just relaxing, and next thing you know, just like it's pulling my hair. It's just a bunch of satellites.
And that was the end of that.
And then the world ended.
Yes, amazing that's how the world goes. Ryan,
Matt,
I saw a movie this weekend.
what'd you see?
Twice. I
Twice.
saw Mickey beat the out of Thanos.
Oh, for a second. Did you finish Kingdom Hearts 3 without us? Is that what you did?
No, does Mickey kill Thanos in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Oh, spoilers. Oh.
No, but
Oh.
Mickey does absolutely turn Thanos inside out in Avengers Endgame, the movie that Pop Culture Unboxing is finally making another episode.
Yeah.
And we've chosen to make it about Avengers The Endgame.
And this is a full episode of Avengers Endgame.
yes.
Like nothing else. We're not going to talk about anything else.
Peter Mayhew did die,
Aw.
but that's it. That's
Okay.
that's our one. That's our one. I already burned it.
Damn it. Okay. Well, anyway, so Matt, how many times did you see it?
Saw it twice, Ryan.
You saw it twice.
Saw it twice.
Good. That's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ryan,
Uh-huh.
how many times did you see it?
I would live. I'd love to tell you I saw it twice, and that was like a
But
respectable
you'd
twice.
be a liar.
Yeah, I saw it like 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love this film.
So that is
So-
15 hours of your life. Were
Is
they
it?
well spent?
Oh God. Yeah. Money was that
Yeah.
movie just constantly stays good.
Yeah?
Like it never. After how many times I've watched it over and
Mhm.
over again, because even Avengers: Infinity War was like, all right, I need to stop watching this.
Yeah.
But-
I think the scene where Ant-Man jumped into Thanos' ass was a little gratuitous, but
I respect Disney. That takes courage after firing James Gunn to just be like,
that takes
I
guts
like
to get
what-
in those guts.
yeah. And, I actually watched a video that,
You're just going to let that one slide?
yeah, I watched a video
Okay.
that's scientifically proven, scientifically proved that it would not work, that you wouldn't be able to, that he wouldn't actually be able to grow.
It sounds to me like they lack imagination.
You're just like what's his face? That was what Doctor Strange said. The one dude in Doctor Strange.
You got this, Ryan. I believe in you.
Yondu. No, that's the wrong character. Man, I've seen so many of them. It doesn't matter. Whatever. So I figure since we've
Galen
seen it,
Erso.
this is going like this is a fair warning. It will be a spoiler heavy episode. Like it's gonna have major spoilers. We're gonna go into a deep dive of that swimming pool of Endgames and try to like talk about how we felt and talk about certain scenes
Tony
and
Stark
things we felt.
and Captain
Da, da,
America
da, da.
finally resolved that that tension that's been between them all these years.
Yeah.
They touched tips.
And was it not a scene? Ab on ab.
It was incredible. They
Arc
were so
reactor on.
nipple.
Yeah, I guess that would have been where it would be.
The way they touched was just so sensual.
My mind. I'm coming
Anyway.
so much. Brain cum. Anyway,
Yeah, what?
nothing. Brain
Okay.
cum. Anyway, so I figure let's start this out. Look, we'll be fair here.
Yep.
For anyone who hasn't seen Avengers Endgame, you have permission to leave and listen to one of our other old pop culture unboxing episodes.
There will be more episodes coming. Don't you worry, Steven.
Yeah, eventually it'll come, Steve. I promise. But like I came with that scene with never mind what we were just talking about. Anyway,
Okay.
so first let's just talk about how we felt. Let's give it a review, and then if you have that way, if you have not watched it, you'll get a good idea of what it was like, and then you can go on. You can go on, come back later, and then we'll talk about the spoiler stuff. I don't know how it's been a week since the movie came out. We gave it a whole week so we could talk about spoiler stuff, and if you haven't seen it and have not been spoiled, good for you, because I don't know how you could have. You have to be like
incredible. I did it.
you disconnected the router.
I did it because all I did was the only things I opened were Robinhood and Wall Street Bets subreddit. Oh, Ryan, did I tell you I'm investing now?
Is this a sponsorship? Are we getting sponsored?
This episode is brought to you by Robinhood, the premium investing app for.
Oh no! You know what happens when you fake sponsors?
They actually sponsor you. Give me that moolah, Robinhood. I know you got it. You can give me the big margins.
Wait,
I
are we
know you
actually
like
sponsored by Robinhood?
No.
Oh my god! It's like, when did that happen? We're not even famous.
Robinhood.
We only have like 2 listeners.
I will take. I do need
sure your
margins.
parents.
I can't work enough options. I don't have the liquid assets to
man.
get the shares I need in the companies. Also, if you could lowerly price Beyond Meat, they are way too high for their IPO. They priced.
We're taking way too
3
long.
times
Let's
higher
talk
than they're
about
supposed
stuff.
to. Okay.
All right, Matt. So you've seen it twice.
I have.
The fact that I've went and seen it 4 times, 4 or 5
5
times, is probably giving you like an idea of how I felt about it. So
You
I'll
weren't
let
sure, so you wanted to make sure.
yeah. So I'll let you start. Tell me on honest opinion. How did you feel?
It was adequate.
Adequate. So there were some things you like were not that into. Some
No,
things you were?
I'm memeing. It was an excellent movie.
Really?
They did a great job tying up 11 years, 22 films, and God knows how many characters. They handled it beautifully.
Yeah.
As well as you could. I did have a couple issues, but those are spoiler talk, so I'll talk about them later. But suffice to say, I would give the movie 9 out of 10.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm actually glad that I got to see it about 5 times, because it allowed me to just really like sink into the opinions I had on it, and like the things that I didn't like. Now, I understand that some people may be like, oh, you didn't like this part, so you must not have liked the movie. No, this movie's fantastic. This movie is worth every showing that I've seen, all the money I've given this film, especially in merchandise and action figures. It was always worth it. Always worth it for me. It was. I never felt tired. You think after like a 3-hour movie, you'd be like, you would feel that 3-hour time.
No, I watched Return of the King many times, so I have experience with
But,
3-hour.
Well, but at least with those films, like you do at least realize it is a little bit longer than.
No,
I
I will give that credit, and I have been saying this. Let's take this back a couple years. Do you remember Transformers: the Last Night?
Yes.
God, that movie rough. It's about
Are you a
a
dog?
half hour toward the end. You feel like you've been there for 4 hours, and that Michael Bay owes you a substantial portion of your life back. This movie's the opposite of that. When the credits come, you do not realize that 3.5 hours have gone by.
It's 3 hours and 4 minutes long.
Yeah, you don't realize it. Like the end, the movie just goes.
Yeah, and you never feel it. Like it never feels jarring or never feels tiring. Like it's like, especially for a film that's not complete. Like they had already stated this before, that it's not like Infinity War. It's not all action. Like there's probably only, like, of course, in the end, there's in total, like after you've seen the film, there's an hour's worth of fighting and like action stuff. But that huge, most of that like time is in the end. Is at the end, like the final.
They really backload the fighting.
Yeah, and they did it.
All the like Ant-Man and Iron Man and Black Widow and Hawkeye and Captain America and War Machine and Nebula and Rocket all have to fight Thanos by themselves.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah, and I mean, you would think like a fight like that would feel, at least like would start to feel like, all right, come on, like let's get to some more stuff.
I think,
but it does a fantastic job at keeping you interested. And I loved it. I loved everything of it. But let's say that I did have some things that I would have changed, or I kind of wish didn't.
Any of them non-spoilery?
Not really. Okay. Not really. They're all pretty spoiled.
We'll give it your rating, and then let us go into the spoiler zone, brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. Advanced Auto Parts. For all the advanced parts that your automobile needs. AdvancedAutoparts.com.
I feel like I'm going to get sued.
By who?
Advanced Auto Parts.
At Advanced Auto Parts, you can get all the advanced parts that your auto needs.
My rating is about a... See, and this is what's hard because it is a 9 out of 10. I cannot go any lower because I find it hard for me to even say it's lower than...
Could we collectively agree to give it a 9.25 out of 10?
Yes, I could.
Okay, we'll give it that extra quarter.
Okay.
Because we have a really bad habit of always saying a movie is 9-10 because we are biased and not very good at reviewing stuff. Which is why we stopped doing it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty true because we're really bad at reviewing stuff we're supposed to hate. So as we give our ratings, we're going to move on to the spoiler
zone.
This is
brought
a
to you
warning.
by Advanced Auto Parts.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be the NFL for like the end zone, the spoiler zone? Okay.
Is it brought to you by the NFL?
Yes.
Did we get our... Wait, what did Advanced Auto Parts bring us?
They brought us the reviews. Like, they brought us the actual reviews.
The review circle brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Advanced Auto Parts. Welcome to the spoiler zone, brought to you by the NFL. Watch big dudes hit bigger dudes that all have criminal records. NFL. NFL.com.
Wow, those improv classes are working out perfect for you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you haven't watched this movie... Go see it.
Yeah, turn back now.
Go watch some. Go listen to one of our other podcasts, please. We need listeners. Love us. Care for us. Respect us.
Make Rule 34 of us.
So make Rule 34. I promise you, we will read them. We will do a reading, a stream.
On camera, we will look at all of it.
Yeah, and Matt has a thing about cameras, so you can help us. Let's get him. Let's get him away from that camera shyness. So, I even wrote next to my show notes, like, tell everyone there's no spoiler. And then it said next to it in parentheses, Matt, make a joke.
Wait, what? I didn't see your notes.
I said Matt joke at the end of it.
Did I come through?
Yeah.
For clarity, I didn't look
We've been working
he
together.
wrote his notes, but I didn't read any of them.
You can tell we're friends. I know you so well. Anyway, so now let's get to the spoiler stuff.
Yeah.
So I started this off. We're going to kind of wing it with a lot of the other things, but I did start with two main things that allow us to go deeper into how we feel about the movie. Yeah, so Matt, did you...
One last, like, seriously, spoilers. Turn back now.
Oh, yeah, I guess one more. So, okay. So, in your opinion, Matt, did this live up to the hype? And did it live up to what your expectations were with all of these films?
Actually, interesting question. Because it does segue into one of my issues that I had with the film that turned out to be a non-issue. Yes, it did a spectacular job tying up. The final fight at the end was amazing. But what happened was, and I think the movie gets better every time you watch it, because the first time I watched it, I spent the whole movie just anticipating what was going to happen at the end.
Yeah.
And the whole thing felt slow. But the second time I watched it, having seen the end, it was so much better.
I agree. And
because there was just so much anticipation.
I can agree to that.
But they just knocked it out of the park.
For me, it was just kind of magical to see all these characters appear on screen.
The music.
And, the music. And you know my favorite part with the music, because it's still good. It will be my favorite part in all of the MCU.
It's up there with Michael Giacchino. Some of his scores in the Star Trek films are amazing. Pieces from, like, Destiny are great. Like, seriously, this is my little endorsement. If you don't, start listening to movie soundtracks.
Yeah. Well, that's what, in your like driving playlist that we listen to when we go to like Chicago or something. It even has like episode 3 soundtrack. It has the Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
It has stuff from every Star Wars movie. You know what?
Those are just my points I'm trying to make.
Actually, let's take this tangent. Because I like following tangents. Two of the best pieces of cinema music ever are the Battle of Endor medley and the Battle of Hoth medley. Phenomenal pieces. Look them up on Spotify.
Yeah.
And then look up Portals from the Endgame soundtrack.
Yep. So back to what we were trying to talk about.
Take a portal back to our previous conversation.
I do have a point to make about this, and I was actually really glad because I wrote my own little review on paper. Like I wrote a review, and
why don't you put it on your blog, nerd?
I know, right? But it turns out another person that of influence I watch actually has the same, basically said it for word how I wrote it. After I went and saw it the first time.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever get
another. Name drop him or what?
Oh, it's Bruce Green from Funhouse.
Oh,
but
cool dude.
I don't think we will ever get another film like this. I do not think.
I agree.
I find it hard to believe that there will be another film that ties up 22 films, 11 years, and has something in this movie for everyone. Yeah. Like there's something in this film for every single person that sees it. Even if you have never seen a single Avengers movie, I feel like there's payoffs, there's things.
I would recommend you watch them.
No, Avengers, like Avengers, not like the MCU movie. Like I mean, the Avengers, like the group together.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you've seen Iron Man stuff like that, but if you haven't seen any like Avengers Age of Ultron,
you have to see Infinity War.
Well, yeah, you have to see Infinity War, but you know what I mean. Like this film has something for somebody who's not even a fan of the MCU, who's just this is like I sat down to watch this film and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It had like it feels like you're never like. The MCU itself is kind of an amazing thing. It's super amazing because no one had back when Iron Man started. Like no one had ever heard of this, like a cinematic universe. Like no one.
And Iron Man was like a C-list hero.
Yeah, and it was crazy. But Iron Man led it, and he led this literally. And I have a little point that I'll go on to about why I think one of my big problems with the movie. When it has something to do with Iron Man and Thor, but I don't think we'll ever get another film that does what this film does. Well, I find it hard to believe we'll ever get it.
First one,
yeah.
Nothing of this scale has ever happened in cinema history.
I'm glad you had this up because I wrote the other script on my Mac, but I didn't bring my Mac.
He's pointing at. I pulled up the Box Office Mojo page for.
So please
Endgame.
Give us the domestic, foreign, and total.
So for context, we're recording this on Thursday night. This is almost exactly 1 week to the hour since this came out.
Yeah. In fact, we're actually a week from when I first sat down and watched it.
Yeah. It probably came out at 7 on Thursday was the earliest showing?
The earliest showing was 5:30.
Okay, so we're a couple hours off of exactly a week.
Yep.
At this point, Avengers Endgame, total as of May 1st, so yesterday, $452 million in the U.S.
domestically.
With also one of the biggest production budgets of all time, $356 million. So they've already beat that in domestic. But then you add in the $1.2 billion from worldwide for a total of $1.6 billion.
Coming for you, Avatar.
Yeah, it really is. Avatar made what, 1.9?
Yeah, something like that, 1.9 billion.
It's probably on here. All-time worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still behind Jurassic World, barely. Endgame made 1.664 billion.
Yeah.
Jurassic World 1.671 billion.
Okay.
Avengers will probably pass that today.
Yeah.
Avengers Infinity War at 2.04 billion, 2.048. Force Awakens 2.068 billion. Titanic 2.187 billion, and Avatar 2.78 billion.
Wow.
So Avengers Endgame is on track. If it doubles this, which it probably will.
Now you have to also remember these are also coming from these are also from like the film, like the physical copies that people had bought, right? They add that.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's not. It's just
this should
theater?
Just be box office.
Well, so the only reason I think Avatar has a chance of keeping it is when Avatar came out in theaters, they had 3D films and people were going to see movies in 3D.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't really have a lot of faith that Avengers Endgame will beat it, but I definitely think it's going to hit that number 2 spot.
That would be insane if it doesn't beat that. Someone has to topple that throne eventually.
And honestly, if it's Avengers Endgame, I would be happy, and if it stays there, I'll be happy. That film deserved it. It earned everything. The only problem I have is that it's not the end of Phase 3. Spider-Man Far From Home is at the Phase 3.
Yeah, what's up with that?
And the ending of Endgame is perfect for the end of a phase.
Yeah, I trust them. This far.
Kevin Feige has not let me down yet. So I mean, let's keep him going.
But seriously though, like a film like this, the Russo brothers are never going to be hurting for work.
Oh no.
But it's incredible what they've managed to do. Like I think those two have made like all the most well received Marvel movies, haven't they?
Pretty much, because they made Civil War.
They made Civil War. They made Infinity War, and they made Captain America 2.
Yeah,
which are all 3 considered
fantastic films, especially for Captain America.
Yeah, both the Captain America movies are phenomenal. Did they do the first? They didn't do the first one, did they?
No, not the first one.
Yeah, Winter Soldier was their first one.
Yep.
And Civil War, and then Infinity War. Yeah,
and good for
knocked
them.
It out of the park.
Good for them. They're gonna go down as some of the best directors of all time. I guarantee it. But
maybe they won't blow their legacy like the Wachowski siblings.
Who?
Matrix directors.
Oh well, screw them. I don't like Matrix movies, but
That's fair.
So basically, what you've got, it did live up to your hype. And I agree. I think it lived.
There
up
was
to the
the time heist and
yeah, the time. So one, even from like I said, and I'm going to transition here into one of my problems with the film, and it starts with kind of a good thing. So my problem isn't with Iron Man, but how these films have lived up with Iron Man his whole career in the MCU to being a rich dude who starts out going through. He's rich. He gets kidnapped. He creates the Iron Man suits, and he becomes a hero. This man has everything going for him. Then by the time you get to Iron Man 3, you get to him where he is having panic attacks. He's struggling from PTSD, and he's all of the things that he's so scared. So he tries to put a wall up around the planet to protect us. Then we get over here to Infinity War, where he's fighting the one person he has been afraid of this whole time that gave him that PTSD. So then he goes in, fights him, and loses his like a kid that he looks to him as his son, which is terrible, and then almost dies. To then go to Endgame, he's healed up. He's by the time jump in Endgame, after they had gone back to go fight Thanos, he's married. He has a daughter. He's healing. He's healing, but he still can't. He can't break how he feels about he wants to do something, which is why when they said we should do time travel, he was like already thought of it. And then leading up to his final moments or his death, which is this character has grown and expanded and had one of the best character arcs in all these films that you in any film, any movie. He's had one of those arcs. Like he's expanded and grown. And I mean, hell, he started with I am Iron Man, ended with I am Iron Man.
Did you read the article today that almost wasn't, he almost said
yeah,
nothing?
It wasn't, he said something, his like witty, they gave him a bunch of witty comments.
Yeah, they tried to put something, because he didn't say anything originally. He just did it.
Yeah.
And they couldn't land on something. And then one of their co-writers threw it out there. Why not close with I am Iron Man?
Which makes sense.
And they're like, yeah, let's shoot that right now.
And it's perfect because again, this whole thing started because even though Hulk came first, that was not at all like.
No, it didn't.
Hulk came first, then Iron Man.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think it did. I think Hulk was later in 2008.
Okay, well, maybe it did. I was pretty sure that that Hulk came before, but technically,
you're thinking of Ang Lee's Hulk, which you really shouldn't be.
Technically,
that's a forbidden film.
The MCU started with the phrase "I am Iron Man," and now, because Tony Stark is the flagship character of this whole cinematic universe. He's created this, and it's amazing. So, I feel where the problem comes is Thor. Thor gets a whole movie of going from being he saved his homeland to half of them being wiped out. Then he becomes
Iron Man was May 2nd of 2008. Hulk was June 13th of 2008.
Oh, really?
That was really close together too.
Yeah. Wow, that's really interesting. But so, I lost my. Oh, so Hulk, or not Hulk? Jesus, Thor. He becomes this depressed Big Lebowski like character. He gets fat. He drinks a lot of beer. He basically hides in his cabin forever, and then he comes back with all this he has this fear and regret and hatred for himself for what he's done or what he's failed to do, and then just go for the head. And I did not feel so convinced with the whole all right, Thor started out, he's an old angry man now who hates himself, to he got redeemed. It just didn't fit with me. Also,
he's had a new character arc in every movie.
Yeah, and he's also.
Have you noticed that?
I did from watching Thor: The Dark World recently. He goes through several different character arcs.
Yeah, but he redeems himself, but then by the next movie he's a piece of shit again.
Yeah, the other problem I have with it is that whole they make a joke out of going through his problem, his depression,
Mm-hmm.
for way too long. It's
Yeah.
okay, make fun of it a little bit. It's funny. It was kind of hilarious to see him appear on screen, but with a fat stomach and stuff.
Yeah.
But like they dwell
And
on how.
we did talk about. I said that was an issue too. Even
Yeah.
Before you said it was that.
Yeah. Well, the more and more I thought about it, the more I was like, man, it sucks. It's
Yeah,
kind of shitty.
and they did it with a couple of them. And I get that their background is in Arrested Development, which was built on that kind of humor.
Yeah.
I just don't think that kind of humor works as well for Avengers, because they had the same issue with the Professor Hulk stuff. Is it just went on a little too long.
Yeah, but he dabbed.
Yeah.
We got dabbing Hulk, baby. Dabbing Hulk.
Now this brings me to my biggest issue.
Which, before you can into that, I want to say that was one of
that.
my favorite scenes. Is
You're so
when
awkward.
when
the goddamn
dude,
phone.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, when Ava's just like they don't want to take a picture. He's literally saying no. He's like, take the goddamn phone.
Yeah,
Like,
that was great.
it was funny. But go ahead.
Okay, wait. Quick tangent. I felt like I bet you not one of Paul Rudd's lines were written down. I bet you every one of them was.
I can believe it. He just has that personality.
He's so good.
He has that personality.
Anyway.
But go ahead.
So all of these issues we're talking about, and how people like have been raving about it, makes me concerned. Like, suppose this was a worse movie, would people have been honest about that, or did we slip on such rose tinted glasses because this is 11 years in the making?
So it took me 2 viewings. The third viewing is when I finally when the rose colored glasses came off. Because
Yeah.
I will admit, the first time I saw it, like I gave that movie a 12 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because I was like, like my favorite characters. Oh my god, I have all them as action figures.
And I did.
I was shaking.
I came out of the movie and texted you like this whole
you
political thesis.
Yeah, where you were upset over the film. I woke up to that. I was like, did we watch
Did
the
it come
same
across
movie?
that?
It did. It looked
Really?
like you were
Those
upset.
are just gripes.
It looked like you were angry.
I wanted to. No, I wasn't angry. I wanted to put them out there in detail just before I forgot them.
Okay. Well,
I was almost more writing a note
if
to
you
myself.
want, I can write you the text. I can read you the text message you sent me.
Go ahead, actually. I'm sure it's
so
funny. I'm a really funny guy.
This was the message that I woke up to. You said, "Goddamn, dude, I was laughing the whole time. It was so epic." I said, "Captain." And then you said, "Captain America using Mjolnir made me wet." I said, "Dude, every time Fat Man Thor appeared, I cried laughing." And I know, right? Then you put in, it says, "Actually," let's put on the glass. Like I pushed my glasses up. Actually, Fat Man Thor brings up a good point. I did have a couple issues, relatively minor, and I hope the second watch kind of eases them. But the you put but, and then you went into a list form. You went into a list form to say, point number 1, the pacing felt a bit slow. However, with what they are doing, I'm not sure there was much helping that. Some of the gags, well, this is point number 2. Some of the gags in particular, fat and depressed Thor dragged on for way too long. Point number 3, related to the above, Mark Ruffalo's voice just did not fit with me. I kind of wish they mixed him and Hulk's voice a little bit. And then you stopped the text message. I guess you got sick of that one. You had to send that and then send another text message. But I'm going to give it a second watch before I solidify those. It very well may be that I was just so hyped to see the end. Also, I love the little call outs to the comic fans. Hail Hydra! Bucky telling Sam to go ahead. I'm sure there were more that I missed. That was just, I read that. I'm just like, I don't know how to read this. But that's how I read it when I woke
You make
up.
me sound like such a dickhead, dude. Holy
Dropping the glasses. Okay.
I need to reevaluate how I text.
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen how you do text and something? Like, this is more Avengers stuff that you said to me. You just reply out of the blue. Not even saying a hello. Like, what's up, buddy? No, you just go, just saw Endgame. Holy I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just text back. Yes, sir. Avengers assemble.
Wait, hold on. Clarification here is, we don't text very often because we are good friends and we talk in person like good friends should. I don't say hello to anybody. I launch right into it.
Yeah.
That's how I text everybody. Is that weird?
Yeah. Also, now that I am looking at our text messages, I'm a little mad at you for something.
Oh,
And
boy.
I'm sorry. I got to go on a little tangent. So let's. So So
this was the end. Hold on. That was the Endgame podcast. Now we're just reading text from Matt, guys.
So
Enjoy the ride.
Let's just listen here. I wanted to do this Avengers Endgame podcast
okay,
for so
fair
long.
play. I might put this at the beginning just
That's
so
fine.
people don't have to
So
fight
listen,
through the spoiler.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
April 24th at 9:34 a.m. Huh, we want to record a podcast today? Nothing. Wednesday, April 24th at 6:40 p.m. Hey, buddy, sorry, are we still recording that podcast today? 24 hours go by, and you put it, sorry, dude, my phone never told me you texted me. Do you still need me to grab anything for pancakes? What? I was like, oh, that's right. I said about making pancakes.
So
I'm like, do you have pancakes? It's like, I do, but it's definitely too old. I'll pick up new pancake mix and syrup.
are we going to go into that too?
Like,
I don't want to go into that part.
Every text message I have for you,
And-
we go back.
Okay.
And all the same of you just never talking to me unless, like.
Wait. Sometimes it's because I'm ignoring you. Most of the time, it is because my phone.
That's why I know. I know you're ignoring me, and that's what makes me mad
Not
about
that last one. I did want to record. My phone. It's annoying.
Like, you always text me these random things, too. Like, oh, I remember what I meant to ask you. Is Shazam more powerful than Superman? We saw Shazam 3 days ago before, like, when that... Like, you waited 3 days to ask me
It's
a
when I
question
thought of it.
that you could have Googled. But let's go back to Avengers Endgame. It's just...
Wait. I lied. I do want to talk about the pancakes.
Okay, we can talk about my pancakes. Go ahead.
No, because it was my screw up. Remember?
What did you screw up with? Oh, the eggs. You-
Tell him, Ryan.
Okay, so here's a little
While
funny
we
story to
air our
go.
grievances against Matt
Let's
here
take a
little
break
more.
from Endgame to talk about Matt's
Like we haven't
fuck-ups.
already.
Yeah, let's continue this break. So I got this idea. So we decided my third or fourth showing of seeing it. I thought, guys, let's get together since we were going to meet up with our friends to go see it together. Let's all come over to Matt's place. I'll make us Thanos pancakes. And Matt's reply back was like, all right, I'll bite. What are Thanos pancakes? And in my head, I'm just like, he caught me in a lie because I didn't know what Thanos pancakes were. So I made it
I
up.
knew it.
So I said, it's just purple pancakes, dog, with M&Ms in them. So that's how we got to this. So he texts me a couple days later to say, like, hey, do I still need to pick the pancake? You saw the terrible messages.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
said,
a real dickhead.
and you
turns
said
out.
you would go pick up pancake mix
Yep.
later. So I said, okay, cool. Well, finally that day comes and I show up.
To my credit, I did pick up
He
pancake
did.
mix
He did.
and syrup.
Me and Zach walk in the house and I'm starting to mix the pancakes and I'm looking at the back of the box and it's requiring, it even says in it in big bold letters, requires.
Now, wait, important context. At this point, I had gone upstairs to grab a shower.
Yeah. So it requires eggs and oil. So mother left me alone in the kitchen. I'm just like, I got to wing this. So I'm like throwing, I threw way too much red and blue dye and it turned out to be this like sicky, like Thanos got a tan.
Oh, it was rough.
And I threw the M&Ms in the pancake mix. Didn't think that one through at all. But basically, I mixed just water, and the pancakes turned out so bad to the point they wouldn't cook. They were just liquid in the middle, which I thought was tasty, but no one else thought it was.
I did finish them.
Yeah. And then the one that
They
had...
sat on my table for 2 days, and then I microwaved them and ate them.
Oh, God, man. You're a mess. You're a mess.
Yeah, Ryan, I still haven't washed the dishes from that encounter.
Oh,
I'm
God.
rough.
Dude, it's been like a week.
I rinsed them off.
Okay, well,
They're
whatever.
rinsed.
That's whatever.
They're just not soaped and
That's fine.
put away.
That's fine. Anyway, but that's it. I thought that story was funnier than it really was. But Matt just up and he's like, I'm just going to pick pancake mix. I didn't even look to see what else he needed. So the worst part is you had eggs, but they were almost a year old. They were from January.
January wasn't a year ago.
It feels like it. We looked at them and I was like, well, and I said to Zach, we could probably still mix them. And Zach's like, if they're not green, like we wanted to break one open and smell
Why
them.
didn't you?
Because we didn't also want to make your house smell like rotten
I do
eggs.
appreciate that. I do have to throw this away. Tonight's garbage night.
You still haven't thrown them away? We pointed them out to you.
Yeah, on Saturday, garbage night's on Thursdays. Ryan, they're safe in there. They always have been.
Safe in. Okay, so, but yeah, that's the funny story. So let's go into.
Yeah, Ryan just like revealed like
I
every single way
derailed
of an owl.
everything. So
Wow.
Matt, you were trying to get to a point.
I don't like having the lens turned on me.
Matt,
like
were you?
that.
You
I'm
were
really
trying to get to a
uncomfortable now.
point, weren't you?
I don't remember.
All right, so I guess let's move on.
This was an Endgame podcast at one point.
Yeah, so Matt, I had a question. This is an extended episode, by the way, because
yeah, it has to be at this point.
So Matt, what did you?
That was our Matt roasting section, brought to you by
Matt. What were some of your favorite scenes for this movie?
Nothing.
You have no favorite scenes?
No, I had no joke there.
Okay, let's move on.
No, my favorite shot in the movie, I maintain it to this day, is the shot right after Hulk snaps his fingers where Thanos' ship is flying through the quantum realm. Actually, can we talk about that?
Go ahead. I've talked a lot. You go ahead.
How small was Thanos? If his whole ship was shrunk down to the quantum realm?
Small enough to climb into Ant-Man's ass.
I didn't consider that. But no, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
How small was he? That ship was huge, and they shrunk that ship down to the quantum realm. I thought the quantum realm was already smaller than small. Did you think about that?
No, I didn't. I need my sunglasses. I need to my eyes are gonna dry out from confusion. But go ahead.
Yeah. Also, how did what's his name? Captain America get to Asgard, Vormir, whatever Mordor the planet is that Peter Quill got?
That's the question. No, the question I have is how the fuck did he put the Soul Stone back? That's
what I want to know.
I feel like you can't just trade that. You can't just can I have a refund for that?
Back, please?
Also, what did Red Skull think?
Nobody even brings that back.
Let's just remember, Red Skull, the last thing he saw was Captain America defeating him. And then he's just living this terrible life where he doesn't get to talk to anybody, defending a stone, a treasure he cannot have. And this motherfucker, Captain America, just walks up and be like, hey, what's up, dude? Can I trade this back in? Can you imagine what he was thinking? He was probably like, what the f***?
Yeah, right? So, this is all based on Ant-Man technology, right? Shrinking?
Yeah.
How do you shrink to another planet?
What?
They shrink to the quantum realm and then jump out of the quantum realm at a different time? How do you jump out of the quantum realm on another planet?
They went to a different point in time. They jumped to... see, this is what's the problem with time travel. The more you talk about it, the more it breaks the film. But I'll try to...
film breaks its own logic.
Yeah, I'll try my best to explain it as I can.
Okay.
In my opinion, it probably what it was is since it had the GPS system and you see them going into the quantum realm and they split off into individual tunnels. I think it's partially them traveling back in time, but also moving to a certain point in that timelines in the universe of that time that they went back to. That's what I think.
I guess.
I mean, again, you see, there's holes with this film, but it still somehow made me not think about them.
When Nebula shot herself, should a hole have appeared in her chest?
I think so.
I think so too.
But,
and I really expected that
because it apparently is the branching thing. She's not she's not Nebula from their universe, so she wouldn't get affected. So that's the only thing I can think of.
And okay, yes, and I thought of that. So that means the consequence is, and same thing with Loki. That means there are two timelines that are exactly what the Ancient One was afraid of.
Exactly. So they
There's at least two timelines.
They still it up.
Unless Loki and her were from the same exact one, which I doubt.
Yeah. So
those are two different events.
It is kind of crazy to think so we got to see a time when Thanos won, but do you realize that now technically pretend that there's only one timeline and it's the timeline that this movie takes place in. Not only Thanos got a chance to win, but now another Thanos got to come see his winnings, but never got to feel the winning.
Yeah.
So it's just that one got the short end of the stick, and it kind of sucks. In a way, that's gotta be kind of
the first Thanos was a martyr. He did exactly what he wanted to do, and
then
he died.
Yeah, his destiny. He lived his destiny, but
he reacted remarkably well to seeing himself get killed.
Yeah, because he already expected he was gonna die. This comes back to what I thought. When Thanos snapped his fingers, he actually did not protect himself. He was expecting to die, and that's why he's like, I still won, but I was okay with dying.
Yeah. That movie, there's holes start appearing the more you think about it.
Yeah.
Which is, that's indicative of time travel. That's just what happens.
I love how they would, the movie made me even think of if I was in their actual situation. But you know how like when Rhodey says to Hulk is like, why don't we just go back in time and pretends to strangle baby Thanos?
That was hilarious.
And then Hulk's just like, first of all, that's up. And second,
he doesn't say
it
like
doesn't
that.
work. Yeah, but that's my way of saying it. But maybe think, if you had a chance to go back in time, would you go kill Hitler?
No.
So I wonder if yours is the same reason why I wouldn't. I wouldn't kill Hitler because the events that he did, all of the terrible things and tragedies that happened, were lessons for us humans. Like, it taught us what true evil was, and it helped us get away from things. We can stop things from that happening because we've already lived through that. We've seen them happen to people.
Mine's just because I know not to mess with the time stream.
All right, fine. I guess
That's
okay. Well, I actually thought it was like, well,
maybe someone else would.
These tragedies are awesome. Like, these tragedies suck.
These tragedies are awesome, is what you're.
No, like
say.
These tragedies are terrible, terrible things. But like they kind of
go down this rabbit
they
hole?
needed to happen because honestly,
Hitler
they made us better people. Like in the long run. But yeah, so
in the current political climate, some would disagree.
So I guess I kind of wanted to break this down like individual scenes, but I feel like we've kind of jumped.
I want to ask you a question.
What's up?
Because mostly because I want to answer it myself.
Okay.
What got spoiled for you before you saw the movie?
Oh boy. Do you really want me to list it all?
Is it the whole movie?
Not the whole movie. I saw the first one I saw was Thor cutting off Thanos'
So you
head.
actually watched it?
Yeah, I got to see the movie, like scenes of the movie.
You did watch that Chinese bootleg, didn't you?
No, I got I see. I don't care about spoilers. I knew I was going to still enjoy it, so I just happened to find him and just continued to watch. But I got to see that. Got to see Professor Hulk talking to Ant-Man when they were about to send him back in time for the first time. I saw the ending fight. I saw Wolverine.
Wolverine wasn't in it.
Yeah, but someone had made a fake that made it look like Hugh Jackman came back. But anyway, but that was in the movie. I saw partially the ending fight, the ending war when they're fighting the three of them are fighting Thanos. Mm-hmm. I did not see my favorite scene of the whole movie.
The portals.
Yeah, and that's what was like.
So my spoilers were worse. I was hoping that yours would be worse so that mine weren't as bad.
Yeah.
I had the time travel spoiled.
Well, I already knew it was going to be time travel.
We all had guessed that.
Yeah.
But I had it spoiled that they were going to go to like New York.
I knew that from set photos.
Were there set photos?
Yeah, there were like leaked set photos that I saw.
I didn't see those. Mm-hmm. Like the stuff I read these like a day before I saw it, which annoys me the most. I know, I was so close. So I had that spoiled for me. The one that I'm most upset about having spoiled for me though was that Captain America picks up Mjolnir.
Oh yeah,
I'm so upset that I had that spoiled.
Yeah,
that was so much. It was hype when I saw it. I can only imagine how hyped that would have been.
I only saw him picking it up. I didn't see him fight with it. So like when I got to see
it was still sick.
Oh my god, I was losing my shit to that.
So like I saw it coming and I kind of was. I spent the movie kind of waiting for that. I spent the movie waiting for those beats to happen because I tried to convince myself that the leak was wrong.
Yeah.
And things just started being right. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like that was like the first 3 lines of it and then bailed out of the leak.
That was like the problem with something we had at work with that coworker who posted thing. Like,
yeah.
What he had spoiled was he's like, Tony Stark dies. They kill Thanos. Or Thor goes for the head. It said Thor goes for the head. Mm-hmm. Tony Stark kills Thanos. Tony Stark dies. And then Captain America wields Mjolnir. And then it just said Fat Thor, and I didn't know what that meant. So until I watched the movie, I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, so that's the one thing. If you managed to see it without getting it spoiled,
it probably was a really good experience.
Oh my god.
But I mean, the film was still a good experience when I got stuff spoiled for me.
And to this day, like, people are good about it. Like, I haven't seen spoilers on Reddit yet. Like,
that's because I think this is just one of those things that the community of people that we have in this world care. Yeah. Like, they do care about other people seeing it that way. Like,
but no,
even like the Reddit moderators were just like, I'm going to take every spoiler down they can. They went crazy on Reddit.
Saints.
It was amazing.
They got spoiled, so we didn't have to.
Which I respect them.
But I mean, Infinity War was spoiled like the night it came out. Like, there were memes about about Spider-Man.
Were there?
I think it was within like.
I didn't know that
coming out.
I didn't see that stuff because I that was another film I saw on opening night.
Yeah.
I was a trooper on
I didn't see it
opening
till Friday.
on opening night. I saw it at 8:00 Thursday. Left the theater at midnight. Went straight to another theater on the other side of Pittsburgh, and then watched it at 1:40.
I don't know, Troopers word. I think
1:40 in the morning.
More correct.
Then went to work the next day.
Oh yeah, you were miserably tired Saturday.
Oh,
I could tell.
Saturday. So you know what's funny? I don't remember most of Saturday.
I figured you.
I don't remember being there. Like I don't remember walking into the theater. I don't remember us going to Hopper House
at all.
I just I woke up and Zach told me, or no, Foster sent me a message, says like, dude, it was cool hanging out with you at Hopper House. I was like, I went to Hopper House. It's like, did I get drunk?
You got one of the big steins of beer.
Did I really?
Yeah. So
I don't remember that.
I didn't even finish mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy. But yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was I could tell.
I don't remember driving.
You wanted to wanted to record after that.
Yeah, I don't.
I was like, we can record later this week.
Yeah, I don't remember driving home. Did we drive to the theater or did we Uber?
You drove. No, we Ubered from my place and then you left from my place.
Because I remember getting here, but I don't remember if I drove here to do the pancake. Like I remember the pancakes.
You drove here to do the pancakes.
I remember us watching Infinity War a little bit.
I had Infinity War playing before you guys came.
Okay.
And then we made pancakes and stuff, or you made pancakes. I helped a little bit.
I remember walking outside.
Then we walked outside. We rode with Zach to the theater. And then he left from there, so we Ubered back down here, and then you left. And actually, I went to sleep too right after that.
Yeah, because I woke up like Saturday night at like 1:40.
Mm.
Actually, at 1:58, and I woke up and like I thought I slept through the day. I thought I didn't even think I went to work on Friday. I thought I literally went to bed Friday at 4:00 in the morning and did not wake up till Saturday. I was I felt like, oh, I'm fired. But then I was like, oh wait, no, I kind of remember all that stuff.
All right, so since that was all somewhat related to Endgame, I'll keep it in. But Ryan, we've got to close this off.
How long are we going for?
I think we've hit an hour by now.
Have we really? Oh man. Oh man.
You're really struggling with that.
Oh, 45 minutes.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I guess I would like to talk about one more scene and then we can end it. That fucking portal scene when all of the fucking Avengers, you see Black Panther walk out with Shuri and the other girl, and then instantly behind him you see this army. He's like, "Hey, Bombay," and I'm just like, ah! And then Spider-Man appears, and they're all, and then that kick-ass music from the song, from the Portal song, everything just that. I mean, when you do a whisper like that, I feel like it's hard for the mic to pick that up. But okay,
it'll pick it up.
Okay, play some of the audio in. But
is that better?
That's better. That's better. But then like Tony Stark snapped his fingers and the whole army went away.
He was Iron Man.
Yeah. Tony Stark's dead, and you know what was really sad? So that ending scene though really sucks. The whole ending fight, because you know how I'm a big Marvel Legends toy collector, and it was so bad because I could feel my wallet screaming because I was just like, I need a toy of that one. I need a figure of that one. I need a figure of that one. How am I ever gonna buy a house? I can't save any money to.
I'm the same.
Marvel Legends.
Look at all my stuff sitting around.
Oh,
I have so much stuff.
I'm gonna have to start storing Marvel Legends stuff here because I'm running out of room.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
I have enough stuff of my own.
Thanks, friend. But
maybe if I clear out some of my stuff.
But
anyway,
you do think this film lived up to expectations?
Yeah.
You think like this was?
Oh yeah.
How'd you feel about like the end credits thing? Like not the end. There was no end credits. There was no end credits scene. I'll let everyone know. Whoever didn't stay, there's an end credit scene where it shows the Marvel logo, but it's like the pounding of something on an anvil.
It was perfect. For the same reason that the Russo brothers left it out, is because it's the last chapter of a book.
Yeah, it is. We are officially done with the Infinity Saga.
There's no chapter to give you a preview of.
Yeah, it's the Infinity Saga's over. Like
they can say all they want that Far From Home is the end of Phase 3, but
I think the only reason it's the end of Phase 3 is because it's going to set up Phase 4, and that's why it's like It's technically like a mini book.
It's phase 3.5.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
But
Endgame ended it perfectly,
So-
and it was a great decision to not have anything at the end.
yeah, so what's really like this has been really fun. Like the fact that I got to see these movies and I didn't die before them. It's like I showed
start
how much
now.
I loved it because I made a logo for this special episode of Pop
Which
Culture.
you saw when you started the podcast. Yeah, Ryan made that. I'm very proud of him. He did a
Yeah,
great job.
I drew that. I worked really hard. I drew our Pop Culture Unboxing logo. But yeah, so
Ryan is just
to the fans,
the cutest little artist, isn't he? Oh, look at him. That cute little cheek I just pinched.
I'm gonna kill myself. Anyway,
He says as he's holding a hammer. By the way.
oh, I redlined that one. But anyway, yeah. So to the fans and everyone who well, yeah, what fans, right? But to our fans that were listening to this, thanks for listening. I hope you really enjoyed it. I know this was kind of like a really, really weird episode because there's some parts where we didn't even talk about Endgame. We talked about our failures.
It's a trip.
But that's kind of us. Like I've kind of got to this point where I don't want to do a script. I kind of like winging it. It's kind of been more.
I tried to agree and say, and I tried to agree with you, and then also say no, I don't like scripts either. And it came out as
yeah. I couldn't.
Did you see me doing diagonal head movements? It was great.
Yeah. So if you guys you want to come listen to us again, the next episode is going to be exciting. We talk about Gotta Go Fast, the blue blur himself, Sonic, getting a trailer. That's gonna next episode.
No.
We're talking about it.
All right, the podcast is canceled forever.
Oh, I got to do another one.
Yep.
That'll be so bad.
I have a lot to bleep out this episode too.
Yeah, good.
This episode probably isn't coming out until like Saturday
That's fine.
because there's a lot of editing.
Yeah. So to the listeners, thank you for listening. Thank you so
you guys
much.
are the blood that gives us life.
Yeah. Please start writing some Rule 34.
Writing fanfics.
Well, no one knows. They don't know what we look like. I'm actually kind of excited to
Our
see.
pictures are on the website, Ryan. www.popcultureunboxing.com.
Take them down.
But if you do write fanfiction, we will read it.
Yeah, I'll read it. I'll. You can even make separate characters, and I'll do voices for them.
Okay, I'll do a voice for my character. You want to hear what it'll sound like?
I feel like you're setting up a joke, but okay, go ahead.
Give me a line.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Ryan, your is so big.
Ryan, your is so big.
Maybe not the part. I don't know.
Okay, let's try it again. Roll it back. Line.
It took my hardness away. Ryan, your is so hard. Or so big. Your is so big.
Ryan, your is so big.
You know what? That painted the scene for me. I like that. That was good.
Did you like that one?
Yeah, that was a good one. So yeah, please listen
dreams.
to more of us, guys. We would appreciate it. I know this. We're another podcast. Why should you listen to us? Like,
We're the best.
We're fun. We're fun guys. Like, we're fun, and
there's the two personalities.
we're gonna be better someday. We're gonna be pretty good. I have.
We're better than we used to be.
Yeah, we're definitely we're not shy anymore. So yeah, sorry, this has been going on for way too long. So it's time to end this. We in the end game now, my man. Don't shake your head at me. So thank you everybody for watching. Welcome.
Cheers.
If you're new to this, welcome to Pop Culture Unboxing. And
make sure you leave us a review on iTunes. Leave reviews because those help a lot with getting us out there and
it helps us know what to do to improve. And everything like that. So be constructive.
If you know,
don't just say I have a wheezy voice and don't drop.
It's okay. I edit that out, Ryan. I fix your voice.
Do you really?
Post. Yeah.
I mean,
have you listened to back some of that?
I mean, wait, yeah, you're right. I have heard that before. I have.
And if you do know us personally, which statistically most of our audience does right now, let us know if there's anything we can improve on in future episodes, such as a consistent upload schedule, which we will do eventually.
We're never going to.
No, we're not good at that.
So thank you everybody for listening, and
bye.
Have a good night.
Love
Bye-bye.
you.
Enjoy Avengers Endgame for the 5th time.
I am Iron Man. My fingers are sweaty. The snap didn't work. Close enough.
I did it for you.
Thanks.
I got your back, bro.